I'm just going to go ahead and talk about a few things while I'm waiting for some people. Uh, this time, instead of OCC Plumbing and Restorations, it will be Caleb joining me on the live. He should be tuning in a few minutes, I hope. Uh, I don't know when exactly, but he said he would be joining soon. But y'all seem to really like the live stream I did last time, so I have some free time, so why not do it again? And some people had missed my last live stream, so just for fun, I decided to do it again. And eventually, I will do another one with OCC Plumbing and Restorations as well. Hello, guys. Y'all just commented the same thing, like all at the same time. But hopefully, in a few minutes, Caleb will be popping up shortly. And 4 likes already. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. 20th Century Fox Studios. Hi, Seal. Wow, we've already got 7 people watching. Again, for the people who missed what I just said, I will have a guest be joining me here in a few minutes. So, what's up, Alexander? I'm doing good. Random Film said I was waiting for this moment. Mainstays, that's the toilets that Walmart came out with, right? Those Mainstays toilets. I've never seen one in store yet, but I know KDMC Plumbing has actually found one in store too, which is actually really interesting. Let's see. Okay, can you hear me, Caleb?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. There's 11 people on right now, and that's a nice profile you got there.
Well, I also have these two in my room right now. If I knew we were gonna go live sooner, I would have prepared more.
No, this was like a last minute thing for me too. I mean, it's not even that late for me, and I got bored, so I'm like, why not go live again? Because a lot of people missed out. They really enjoyed the one with me and Owen. So
yeah, I'm okay with going live, and I have lots of time.
Dude, that's honestly
Everyone just
really
said hi BTR, hi OCC.
dude. That was actually a pretty good deal. $25, especially for a comfort height toilet. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it was new in the box. Like nothing wrong with it at all.
Like Marketplace.
My dad's friend was actually selling it.
Really?
Yeah, they were doing a project. I forgot where it was. I think it was at a hospital or a hotel, and they bought 4 too many toilets, and so. Yeah, well, because the bathroom with flushometer toilets, and they didn't know, and so they just got 4 extra tank toilets.
Well, at least you got one of them.
Yeah.
Also,
I could have gotten all 4, but I didn't want to.
For the people who are watching, this is more of like just kind of like a chat live stream, but y'all are more than welcome to ask either of us questions.
I'm just putting the Jarrett together. Should
I
I put the Bemis Day Tight seat on it, or should I put the other one?
I have like it's like a beige or like a cream colored ProFlow Jarrett that OCC Plumbing and Restorations gave me.
I remember you got like 4 of them. Didn't you get 4 of them at your old place? Like the round ones?
I had
installed one.
I had 3 of them. I installed one. I ended up getting rid of the other ones just because I was moving and they weren't that interesting. So why? So like.
Yeah, just save space, really.
Yeah.
I'm almost done setting this up real quick. Yeah, but I also have a Highline water guard in my room.
I found a Highline AccuFlush, or it's actually a Wellworth for like $50, not too far from me. I already have a Highline, but I don't know. I may or may not get that Wellworth. I mean, I love those. It's like literally my favorite.
I really like them too.
My favorite modern commercial toilet from Kohler of all time.
Yeah, when I had I have a pressure light installed in my basement, but right now I have a Kohler Gleam in my main bathroom. When I had both of them installed, I didn't have a single issue.
Hello, OCC
And
operations.
normally they both have, where everyone complains about them, but I never had a single issue about them. The one toilet that gave me issues was the Cadet when I installed it.
Yeah, I mean, I love my pressure lights. Like they have never ever given me problems. Like from just daily use. I have two of them, and they perform much better than the Maxwell in my parents' bathroom.
Yeah. I don't know if it's rare or not, but this Profilo has a gray logo.
Vermont Toilet Tour said he just surpassed 20,000 views on a video, and he feels accomplished. Dude, honestly,
Oh.
you should feel accomplished. That is a huge milestone. I think my most popular video is like over 200,000 views now.
My most popular video has 86,000, and that's just a video of me flushing plum juice down my Highline.
Yeah,
Like, it wasn't interesting.
Plumbing has a few videos over 1 million views, and it's just him flushing a few toilets. There's like the one that's titled like the Briggs, Sears, Orion, and all that stuff.
Yeah. And it's crazy to me that those videos are like 3-4 years old now.
I
It felt
know.
like just yesterday.
1.2 million views. Dude, I'm just reading through the comment section. Some kind of funny. But again, for all the people who are just joining, you are more than welcome to ask questions.
Okay. There we go. I put a Bemis Space Coat seat on it because
Alexander said, "Is it me or why can't I see video? There is no video, but you should see Caleb's screen."
yeah, I got this seat at Home Depot a few days ago.
OCC Plumbing and Restorations asked, "What kind of burger do you get at Wendy's, BTR?" I usually get the Wendy's Baconator. Dude, I love those tank bolts. Like the color, it's super shiny.
I know. I don't really have very many. Like the only tank bolts that I have. Like, by the way, don't get this pumice stone. It scratches the fuck out of your toilets.
Does it?
These tank bolts that I got off Amazon, they're really expensive, but they have like these heavy bolts on them, and I'm pretty sure they're the same color. Oh no, they're not. They're dark.
Of 1344 said, "What's the last piece of porcelain you broke?" I've never broken a piece of porcelain. I have broken toilets though.
The last piece of porcelain I broke. I don't know how to answer that actually. Oh my god, I tighten this like crazy.
OCC Plumbing
I
Restoration
hate
said,
these.
"Aquasource bolts are shiny like too." Yes, they are. They're cheap steel bolts.
Yeah, they rust. Here we go.
Yeah, some of them rust pretty quickly. I mean, some of these new bolts I got at Walmart, they rusted within a few weeks, and they're just honestly pretty garbage.
Yeah, I've always had issue with those. I don't buy cheap bolts anymore. I use the ones that I have that I know that don't rust.
OCC Plumbing said, "The last piece of porcelain I broke was the 2017 Highline Class 5, and I was actually there with him when that happened. We were trying to unclog it, and there was some sort of like weird game controller inside of the trapway that we would have never been able to get out."
I actually hate stickers on toilets. Here we go.
Alexander Whalen, 1987 said, "Some of the houses I'm interested in have colored crane toilets. Do you have experience rebuilding toilets?" Yes, I do have experience rebuilding toilets, and so does OCC Plumbing and Restorations. He does that a lot as well.
No, he doesn't. He just gets toilets, he guts them, and then throws them out.
Chance of 1344 said, "How do you get a controller stuck in a trap?" My guess is someone just flushed it down. I really don't know like how else do you do that. You just flush it down and it gets
Oh,
stuck in
those
the trap.
Gerber stickers.
OCC
Uh,
Plumbing Restorations asked you a question, Caleb.
yeah, I saw that. My Ultra Flush actually has one, like really big one, like on the side of the tank there, and I cannot get it off for the life of me, so I'm just not touching it.
Yeah. Let's see. Switch 15 asked OCC and BTR. Do you like the any year? Yes, I do like Wellworths. My favorite's probably Museum. Chance of 144 344 said Switch controllers probably the only ones that fits. I'm pretty sure it was like a Nintendo, like a Switch No, it wasn't a Switch controller, but it was some sort of like an old 1980s or 90s Nintendo controller. Do you remember what it was? OCC Plumbing Restorations. If
I
you
think
remember,
he said it in chat. Is an NES reproduction game controller. He says.
thank you.
So here's
Five.
the aqua pistol that came with my Gleam.
It was a reproduction. They still sell them. That's right. It was a reproduction. Oh, that OCC Plumbing and Restorations really likes those.
I know he does. I'm pretty sure he was one of the people who told me that I should replace it. I only replaced it because my mom was complaining about the flush not taking down like toilet paper.
You have too many of those things. Please give me some of them if you don't want them.
I only have one. Like when I installed two Wellworths at my aunt's restaurant, I put them in with the aqua pistons, and then the one that I have that was with my Highline Arc, I threw that out because it cracked.
Let's see.
And so I only have this one.
Dexter92 actually asked a pretty good question. He said, "Why are most against the toilets that use less water, even if they're top recommended performers?" Well, honestly, if you were to get a water saving toilet, I wouldn't get anything under 1.6. And the problem with 1.28 toilets and the 1.0 toilets as well is most of the time they don't do a good job of evacuating everything from the bowl. So half the time you'll probably have to flush twice and you're already using more than 1 gallon of water. So you'd be using more water than you would with just a 1.6. And on top of that, uh, like the 1.28 and 1.0 gallon per flush toilets, they don't do a good job of pushing everything down the waste lines. So you'd probably end up having problems. That's why I like the 1.6 and up. Yeah, they have half-second flushes, just like OCC said.
Yeah, this Jarrett has like a really quick flush. And when I first got it, the factory water level, like before I made adjustments to this, it was like down to here.
Oh wow.
Like,
Master
what even is that?
Flush 1990 blowout forward trap toilets. Well, in case you didn't know this, Master Flush, they are still being made to this day, and I think they're pretty cool. But they have very small trapways, and they aren't the greatest performers. And I can say that because KDMC Plumbing brought his, and we tested it, and it just did not do well at all. ILVT Plumbing said, "What's this stream about?" It's kind of just like a, but you're more than welcome to ask questions as well.
I hate that I always leave my wrenches in the basement, because like now I have to go all the way downstairs if I want to replace it. I don't have like anything in my toolbox. Oh, damn.
Uh, hey, Darfield Zone, is the friend you're talking about interested in toilets, or did you just tell him that was a welcome? Curious. Sounded the tank lid.
What?
Hello, Burbank 45. Is that an open front seat on there?
Yeah, I put that on there.
That looks really nice.
I got that at Home Depot a few days ago. This is the seat that came with it. It's just like
What's your favorite toilet? My favorite toilet,
right here.
it's
We'll ignore this.
okay, so are you asking in general or in my collection? In general, That's a really good question. It probably will be the Highlines, the pressure assist or flushometer. And in my collection, my favorite toilet is my maroon Savoy.
Yeah, this is my favorite toilet right here.
That thing
I
is
was
really nice.
so
The glaze
I
on
was
it is like
so
perfect.
shocked. I
The glaze
know. I
is
was
perfect.
so shocked. For $35 for it to be delivered to my house. I don't think there's any tank parts in it, but I have Lego sets on top of
OCC
it.
Plumbing says, "What's your favorite toilet?"
I don't know if there's. I don't know, but it also came with the porcelain caps. I like redid the insides of them. I had to grind out like plumber's putty and stuff.
The plumber's buddy.
And so I just use nail polish. There's a knife. Probably get banned for that. But yeah, I was actually so shocked to see that this is like perfect glaze on it. Like this is like the same as the Jarrett.
Yeah. I put someone in timeout because they keep spamming my chat asking me to say something.
No, bitch.
I really don't care what y'all like type in the chat. Just make sure it's appropriate and don't spam it and don't like try to get me to say like random or weird stuff. In case you didn't know this, Master Flush, I believe KDMC Plumbing got his Canadian Compton from Seco 2000, which unfortunately he is no longer with us.
Yeah, I don't think he. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got it from him, right? Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I remember, he did. He got it from Seco 2000.
And Seco 2000, he had one of the colonial blue cadets that I have.
Yeah.
He got the first on that one. I
Thank
was
you.
so jealous when I first
By the
found
way.
that video.
What's that?
I was so jealous when I found his like that blue cadet that he
Oh,
had.
yeah.
Like when I saw that video, I was like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be my life mission to find one of those." And then my friend messages me, not even like a month later, and he's like, "Do you want this?" I was like,
Uh,
yeah.
let's see. Random Film says, "Have you found a toy in the toilet?" Yes, I have found I have found toys in toilets before, like children's toys.
I found a pencil sharpener in a Glacier Bay once."
I've found pencils. There was an elementary school that I got 2011 American Standard Madeiras from, and all out of all of them, one of them was Comfort Height, and the Comfort Height one would not flush properly, and I stuck my inspection camera in there, and there was a bunch of like random school supplies and wrappers and stuff stuck up inside of it. But what happened was someone had flushed a pencil, so it got stuck, and everything else that got flushed through it got caught on the pencil.
That's what was happening with the Glacier Bay. And then my friend's mom removed it, and she's like, "If you guys unclog it, we'll give you $40 each." And so we tried and we tried, and then we couldn't get it. And so we just made like a hammer, or like basically a sledgehammer, out of a 25-pound weight and a broomstick, and we just fucking smashed the thing. Like there it was, a big pencil sharpener.
Jeez. Here, sorry, I missed a lot of comments. I'm gonna scroll up really quick and read some of
Yeah.
them. ILVT asked, "Who are you with?" You want to answer that?
I don't know who he's with, honestly.
Well, if you're wondering who I am, like who Caleb is with, he's with me, which is BTR Plumbing.
Yeah.
And OCC Plumbing said all Alberta fixtures. So yeah, that's who I am with. Uh, Chance of 1344 said, "Do you think you'll get a job as a plumber if you aren't already?" No, I do not want to become a plumber. I'm actually going to get a let's see. I'm gonna be a like I'll have my own septic business basically. So I'll be renting out and servicing porta potties.
Those videos of people cleaning out porta potties are actually so satisfying. I hate it.
I
Where he
know.
like gets the vacuum and then like sprays and scrubs it down. Like it's
Random
my
Film says, "What
guilty
time?"
pleasure to watch those videos.
Random films, they're children toys. I found children toys in toilets before. Master Flush said, "Have you ever found silverware in a toilet before?" Yes, I have found a fork in a toilet before. The Motorized Garage. What is the most expensive toilet you have? Ooh,
Oh,
the most expensive toilet is probably like the most expensive toilet I have that I didn't buy is probably my Scara Bio Moon toilet. It's like a almost an $800 toilet new, and I bought it brand new at a restore for $40. Um, we need to make a mini Eldred Dover. That would be pretty cool.
yeah, but my most expensive toilet is probably the Gleam that I have.
My
Actually,
second
no.
most expensive toilet would probably be my American Standard Townsend Vormax. Those are like $575 new.
Yeah, I was
Really
about
bought
to
mine
say
for
like
$20.
my champion could very well be my most expensive one. Because from where when I was looking them up, they're like $600-700. But if not, then my like the one that I paid the most for was the Gleam, which I paid $400 for.
Alexander Whalen, 1987, said, "You porta potty guys are animals. I've seen men in tank tops and short pressure wash heavy construction porta potties. Pure iron, dude. I have no clue what any of that means. And if you think we're animals, that is
What?
perfectly fine. That is your own opinion, and you are entitled to your own opinion. Just because you say something doesn't mean it's true. So,
You
and
porta potty guys are animals. I've seen men in tank tops and short pressure wash heavy construction porta potty
don't judge
pure iron
someone.
doo doo. What?
What's my cheapest toilet? Ooh, I have a lot of really cheap toilets. Probably, uh,
What's the
I
least you
don't,
paid for a toilet? Oh, that's easy.
I don't know. There's so many ways you could answer that question.
Yeah, like 90% of the toilets in my collection are free.
What is the least you've had? Wait, what is the least you have paid for W? Oh, a toilet. The least amount I paid is free.
Yeah, same.
But if you're wanting like an actual price, it is 25 cents.
What's your favorite low boy toilet?
Probably my Kohler San Rafael, but my Rialto is also really cool because it's green.
I really want a San Rafael, but I think a Kohler Raw Shell is my favorite.
OCC Plumbing and said that's not paying. I already answered that. I said if you're talking about the cheapest I've paid for a toilet, it's 25 cents. Thank you
The
guys for
cheapest I
8
paid
likes, by
was
the way.
$10.
It was
Who
like a
took a
Briggs
toilet for
container
25
full
cents?
at my old restore.
Oh, did they need
Case
25
kidneys are
cents just to open
awesome.
up the cash register or what?
Those case I was talking about when you said free. No, yeah, I said that like the least I paid for a toilet was free, and then I said if you're asking like the least I've paid for one, I said 25 cents. Yeah, the case kidney bean low boys are really cool.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about them. I don't know why. I just don't like the shape of them.
I mean, they're that's what makes it so interesting. Is there's just the design is just so like out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
And I'm not like making it up when I say case kidney bean. That's actually what it's called. Oh, Alexander Whalen said, "Dude, these porta potty guys where I live are insane. I didn't mean it as an insult." Well, if you're saying that they're wearing tank tops and all that stuff, it's probably because they're really comfortable with their job and they're not grossed out by it, you know. And it's they make really good money. So OCC said my favorite so far is one of those 1.6 Korean low boys.
What's the difference between a Class 5 and a Toto Drake? A Class
The
5 is
difference
a
is they're
Kohler
complete
toilet, and the Toto Drake
toilets.
is a toilet made
Yeah,
from
they're
Toto.
completely different.
They're
They're
different
they're
companies.
similar in design, but personally, I think the Toto Drakes are better. But
Yeah,
other than that, they're
I
the
really
difference.
like my Toto Drake.
Yeah,
And I had it installed for a lot longer than every other toilet, but I think that Toto Drake did, like, it was one of the best performers I've actually installed. I did have to make some adjustments because the flapper it came with was one of those ones that closes, like, even before you, like, before it even siphons, or before it even, like, starts flushing, so What's
see.
your weirdest toilet? Oh, I should probably not skip over comments. What's your
Darfield Zone said, "What's your opinion on 1950s Crane Waltons? I personally think they're super cool but I've seen 1.6 Color Kingston's easily outperform them. Crane Waltons are cool. One thing I like about the older cranes is they're just enormously like oversized trapways. Like I don't know what it is, but like my Crane Puritans and stuff, they just have such large trapways.
Yeah, my old school, they had a few Waltons, and they were really like good performers. One was partially clogged for like 3 years though.
What's your weirdest design toilet? See, this might be an easier question for all Alberta fixtures to answer because I have like 200 toilets, so I really don't remember everything I have. But if I think
And
of
plus,
something,
I'm from
oh man,
Canada, so it's like the toilets here are kind of crazy.
what's the rarest plumbing fixture you have? For me, it's I got my maroon Savoy and my Cranolini.
Oh, I don't even know how to answer that because like none of my toilets are super super rare. I mean, I guess you could say my pink standard 1959 Compton, but I have two of those.
Yeah.
But there's one's an American standard.
OCC said it's my Trevani. That toilet is really definitely isn't has an interesting design.
Whatever happened to that green toilet? I don't know. Wait, I don't remember what it was.
Are you talking about
That
the
like weird.
Trevani toilet? That is my green one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the Trevani
Yeah, 'cause that
design.
one is like really weird.
Yeah, it's like a weird fancy design.
Yeah, but I don't know the weirdest design toilet that I have.
The Mexican one.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
even know how to answer this.
it was made in
None of my
Mexico.
toilets, none of my toilets have a weird design. That is a lie. I guess you could say the Kohler Gleam because it's built like one of the Wellworth lights and the pressure lights and stuff, where it has the two holes for the jets and then the other hole for the rim jet.
Someone said,
But
or the motorized garage said, "What is your opinion on the Toto Neo Rest?" I actually found a Toto Neo Rest toilet near me, used but in working condition for $400. And I know that seems expensive, but they're well over a grand new. So,
I don't even know what that is.
have you seen a broken wall mount toilet? I've seen several broken wall mount toilets, and I've even filmed a broken Sloan wall hung toilet at a Walmart.
It's very common to find those broken.
ILVT, he what to answer your question, this is just kind of like a general chat stream, but you can ask questions too.
There we go. I just put
Do you have
this.
any of your minis nearby, Caleb?
I have my Jet Brook in my room right here.
Awesome.
The rest are in my garage because I was flushing them with the flushometer. So
Darfield Zone said, I remember when the Sloan toilet got replaced like 5 times. Yes, they did replace it several times. There was Toto's and Sloan's. I don't know what happened, but somehow they broke multiple times.
But yeah, if anyone wants to get a 5-inch Jet Brook or whatever they're called, I think they're called Power Walls. This
Is
is
a
what
Toto
the size
Pacifica even
comparison.
a thing? I know there's a Chrysler Pacifica, but what's a Toto Pacifica? I don't know if that's a joke or not. That
Yeah, but if
sounds like a
anyone's looking
Toto
to
name.
buy one of these in 5-inch, here's the comparison to a Bemis Stay Tight seat, ProFlow Jarrett tank.
Toto Pacifica is a thing. Okay, yeah, interesting. I don't know what they are, so I wouldn't be able to answer that question.
It's hideous. I don't know what that is either.
Yeah, he said it's hideous. That honestly doesn't surprise me.
Toto has come out with some pretty ugly toilets.
I think one of the weirdest Toto toilets I have, but like weird in a good way, is my Toto CT725 because it's a flushometer, uh, like whirlpool toilet. And like, I don't know because like American Standard, they call it it's like the Vormax, and then Kohler calls it their Revolution 360. I don't know what Toto would call it, but it's just got that one jet in the back left of the bowl. It's really cool, and it's like the only flushometer toilet that I know of that has that. And big thanks, like a huge thanks to OCC Plumbing and Restorations for gifting me that toilet for my birthday. So everybody who's watching, thank OCC Plumbing and Restorations for getting me a Toto CT725 for my birthday.
Thank you, OCC.
Yes, thank you very much, OCC Plumbing and Restorations. It's definitely on the very top of epic birthday gifts.
I mean, if someone who didn't like toilets saw that you got a toilet for your birthday, just think about it. Like, you're happy about it. Like,
well, what was
oh my
funny?
god, if I got a toilet for my
It was.
birthday.
Do you want to hear the story of how it went down?
Sure.
I think that people watching might find it interesting as well. So he, a few weeks before I went to his house, he had mentioned that he got me something for my birthday, but he wouldn't tell me what it was. So it wasn't until I got to his house that he rushed me upstairs, and I saw what looked to be a toilet box with a blanket over it, and I was like, "Oh, it's a toilet." And he's like, "Yeah, but do you know what kind?" I'm like, "No." So it was in a Kohler box. I pulled off the blanket. It was a Kohler box, and the way he taped it made it look like it wasn't even open. So I thought it was like some sort of like Kohler Revolution 360 or something. So I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." So I open it up and I see a Vortens tank sitting at the top. I'm like, "Oh, a Vortens toilet." And I'm like, "What year is it?" And I looked at the year. I don't remember what year it was, but Owen said I sounded really disappointed. I honestly wasn't disappointed because my guess was it was going to be some sort of really rare or weird fancy Vortens toilet. But so I take the tank lid off, or sorry, not the tank lid. I take the tank itself. Okay, it was from 2005. I took the tank out, set it on the floor, and there was a piece of cardboard on top of the bowl, right? So I pulled it up, and there it was, the Toto CT725. And I like paused for like 10 seconds, and I was just like, there is no way. And I just like took it out and like basically like looked at it, flipped it around, took hundreds of pictures of it for like 20 minutes straight. Like that thing is awesome. And I definitely will have videos of it soon.
Yeah, when you sent me that video of it on full pressure, it was actually insane. Like,
I know. It has an awesome flush.
does it spray over if you like flush it multiple times? I feel like it would.
Surprisingly, it doesn't because the rim it has like a overhang, if that makes sense. So it really can't splash over.
That's what my Vormax has, but I was able to make it
Yeah.
splash over pretty easily.
OCC Plumbing Restorations. I will send you a video of it flushing. And ILVT_plumbing said, I remember a long time ago when you moved to your new house, you said that you would put your block logo American Standard Outfall with an illegible date on on flushometer. Did you ever end up doing that? I have several videos of my block logo Outfall on my channel.
Yeah, I
What
think
is
you've
the
done it like
oldest
3 or 4
toilet?
times.
The motorized garage to ask, what is the oldest toilet you have been given? The oldest toilet I've been given was actually from OCC Plumbing and Restorations. Um, I did end up dissecting it because the entire front of the base was destroyed. However, I do still have like I still technically have the entire toilet. It's just sitting in like the toilet disregard pile, basically. Alexander said, "You gentlemen are the king of toilet reviews, in my opinion. I really do
What do
appreciate
you
that."
mean?
Yeah, it was the 1919 Crane Pierce. That thing was awesome. That is
My
the
oldest
only
gift
toilet I've
of
been
a
given.
toilet, I don't even know. Like, I think it was my 1977 Colonial Blue Cadet. But the oldest toilet I bought was from or I didn't even buy it. I think it was free. I picked it up in the back of an alley. I got my Canadian Potteries Limited New Day toilet. That was from 58.
That's awesome. Hello, it's Mr. Leo Noodles. With the deformed trapway. What toilet do you find with the deformed trapway? I have found deformed trapways. It's honestly not
I
as
feel like
hard to
you
find
have
as you would
one.
think.
Because I know your Apple Millennium has, like, defects.
Did they stop making hydras? They stopped making them a long time ago.
Yeah, they stopped making them, like, 10 years ago? 15 years ago, maybe?
Those are
I'm
nice
just...
handles, by the way.
Yeah, I forgot where I got this. I think I got this off Amazon, and this one was Home Depot. I buy one of these, like, every year. I don't
OCC
know why.
Plumbing said, I found a summit with a deformed opening. I find that funny because I can't even tell you how many defective Mansfield products I have found. Like, my friend has 3 summits in his house, and 2 of them are defective. One has a defective trapway, and one has a defective rim with a hole, like a random hole that shoots directly to the left. Like, it's not even a rim jet, it's just a hole.
Yeah, Mansfield needs to get a grip on their products. What's the worst
Uh,
performer you have in your collection? Switchmaster 15 says.
I have a lot of bad performers in my collection.
I don't know. I don't really have like a terrible toilet, but if I would have to like pick one, it was probably my Treble front flusher toilet. It just clogs like every time I flush it. I picked it up in an alley, like I carried it home because it was like a block away from my house, and
Uh,
I saw it and I was like, you know what? That's a toilet. There's a first for everything, so I pick it up and I just walked it home.
I've done that several times, and I've also pulled toilets home on a bike with the trailer attached, like a little bike trailer.
I remember
OCC Plumbing
hearing
and
stories
Restoration
about.
said 1979 Fleetwood Guardian single wide mobile home. That friend, yes, that friend, Luke. Master Flush said OCC Plumbing. I saw the video of the Mansfield Summit. That toilet looked pretty ridiculous with the deformed trapway. I've seen a lot of toilets with deformed siphon jets too, that just like either splash or like spray or just
The
completely like
Jarrett,
are angled in the wrong direction.
by Jarrett's a little bit defective. It's not like noticeably defective, but like if you really look, you can tell that it's a little off to the side. It's off to the right a little bit, and like it splashes up if I have it at way too high of a pressure.
Oh, my cousin's on. What's up, Carson? He said, "Remember the toilet at Jack in the Box?" Yes, I do remember the toilet at Jack in the Box, and I remember that stupid Sloan urinal that overflowed when you flushed it. OCC Plumbing Restoration said, like those aggressively powerful Toto toilets at the Hilton. Those rim jets were crazy. That were the most effective Toto toilets I've ever seen. I have a video of it too. I just haven't uploaded it. Not as crazy as mine's. Let's see.
I love that I'm always able just to hear the printers in the background.
Yeah, I've got 2 of them going right now. OCC said, or the 2000s Madeira that took a leak all over the Goodwill floor. I remember that there was a pinhole like underneath the back of the toilet where like the siphon jet channel was, like at the very top, and it was just
Oh, I
like
remember that
it,
video.
it sprayed. Yeah, and then me and OCC Plumbing filmed I believe it was a KFC. I believe that was like yesterday's video or something. It was a there was the washbrook and there was a clean out underneath the washbrook and it sprayed water out of it.
Yeah, I saw that as well. I think you sent that to me as well.
Hey, Caleb, I'm gonna go ahead and remove you, and then I'm gonna add OCC Plumbing and Restorations because I promised I'd add him in too.
Okay.
But thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I'll probably like stay on the live and I'll just hang out for a bit.
Awesome. And I don't know how much longer OCC is gonna be up, but if he goes to bed and you still are on, then I could add you back as well. Or if there's any of you other people who would want to be in my live stream, please let me know, and I'd be happy to add any of you guys into my stream. Let's see. I'm gonna add a guest. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna send the link to OCC Plumbing and Restoration so he can go ahead and join. Okay, I'm back. I just sent the link to OCC Plumbing and Restoration, so hopefully he can join for a little bit and say what's up, and then if any of any of y'all would like to join after OCC, let me know. So hopefully he'll be coming on here in a few minutes. There we go. Hello, OCC Plumbing and Restorations.
Hi, what way is my camera facing?
It is not facing anything. Your screen is blank, so
Now can you see anything?
I can see your OCC fingers.
Alright, perfect. Guest left.
What?
It says guest left.
That was probably when I removed Caleb.
Oh, well, why did it say left instead of was removed?
I don't know.
Cool, anyway, hi. Hi, everyone. I'll stay on till about 11, so that'll be like 15 minutes. I gotta get up early tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. And again, if after OCC Plumbing, if any of y'all want to join, let me know. I can, like, if I have you on Discord, I can send you a link to join. So
Hi, Switchmaster 15. Oh, and by the way, when I go tomorrow, I can go see those high crests and welcome and Zern urinals, and I can film them for you if you want.
awesome. But
Hi all.
if any of y'all have any questions for us, please feel free to ask. Just make sure they're appropriate, please.
I have a question. BTR,
What's it?
did you see the Toto that I
I
sent to you
did.
in the direct
I
messages?
I did. It's like almost looks like a weird low boy design. I really don't like it.
I swear, if I see one in an open house, you guys will all be seeing it on my channel.
Carson said, "Dude, I'm getting a toilet for you tomorrow." I appreciate that, Carson. It
Oh,
okay.
neat.
It's awesome. Every time I go to Austin to visit my cousin Carson, he always has a toilet or multiple toilets for me. He always comes in clutch with toilets.
That's awesome. What if it's a front flusher?
I don't even care what it is. A free toilet's a free toilet, and especially if he goes out of his way to get it for me, then of course I'll take anything.
I thought
Um,
you hated front flushers.
I don't hate them. I'm just not a big fan of them. The only front flusher I technically like is the Lamosa Sahara,
And the
and
Sterling window.
yeah, that one too. That one's pretty interesting. Uh, some ILVT said, "How many 3D printers do you have?" Let me count them. I have 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 11 3D printers. What is the worst 3.5 gallon per flush toilet? Probably those like 90s welcomes, like the water guards, but on flushometer. I think those aren't very good.
I smashed a Kilgore Alpha for being terrible.
Carson said he found it on Marketplace. That's awesome. Marketplace is always like the best place to find toilets.
I'm thinking that one of the worst 3.5 gallon toilets is those Kilgore Alphas and
RJB said,
Apexes.
RJB said, "What about the Vortens? Is that not interesting to me?" No, I really don't care too much about the Vortens.
I think he meant the fact that they've been around since 1976.
I'm just really not a fan of like the Vorten's toilets.
Especially after their lawsuits and them refusing to pay people for damage.
Yeah, I really the only Vorten's toilet I've thought was interesting was that tornado you got.
And the Atenas.
That was pretty cool too.
I don't believe I ever got a tornado, did I?
Wasn't it was like that wall hung toilet, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's the Atenas.
Oh, okay.
And then we
I
found that
What is your favorite 1.6 or 1.28 toilet? My favorite 1.6 toilet is the Kohler Highline Pressure Light with the 1.6 flush mate.
my favorite 1.6. That's a hard one. I'd have to say those last the latest Highmont Trap 2000s Altos. Like the ones that have the better flush but still have that Highmont Trap weight. I've got to say those are my favorite, and then my favorite 1.28 is of course the Aquasource Henshaw.
Honestly, I completely agree with you, especially with those cranes. Like they just look the Highmont Altos and stuff like that. Like I don't know, I just love the loud siphon to them. They siphon so easily too.
They are really cool. Maybe we can find another one that's a little bit newer. That one from 1995 that I got is pretty neat too.
What's the weirdest thing you found in a toilet? A pair of scissors.
I remember that. I remember that. Weren't we on a call when you did that?
I think so. If y'all are interested, I'll show you one of the mini toilets that's printing right now.
The weirdest thing I found in a toilet was a white-tailed dove alive.
Um, Master Flush said, I have found an extremely rare 1969 crane Santon at a nursing home. Video. No, I have not seen the video yet. It was in the women's room. It also had the crane logo, which I had never seen on a Santon. That's awesome.
Those are cool. I like Santons.
What's the weirdest toilet?
Skibbity toilet.
The Skibbity toilet. Can y'all guess what's printing right now? It shouldn't be too hard to tell. Do you know? Can you tell what it is, Owen?
Someone's order.
Yes, it is someone's order, but can you tell the fixture?
No, I can't see anything.
You can't see my screen.
No.
Can
All,
everybody else see my screen?
all I see is black and guest left.
Oh, for me it shows my screen is on.
Huh.
Oh, I don't know if anybody else can. Oh yeah, they can see it, and yes, it is an standard cadet. It is a 1970s Concorde.
Cool. Oh, and Bryheim Ryan's the 1980s toilets that have terrible rinse. I've found that those are Kohler Wellworth water guards from the 70s to the 80s. Those ones with the short tanks, and then also the later at post 1987 Kilgore Apexes and Alphas. Those tend to have the worst bowl rinse, and of course the like Rialtos and San Rafaels when they're not functioning properly, because I don't believe I've ever actually seen one that has good rinse.
Yeah. Here is a prototype that nobody's really seen yet. It's a front flusher, but it's also got like a you see that tube that goes down the back. Water also shoots down through that tube.
I still can't see it, but I'll see it eventually.
That's so weird. Because everyone else says they can like see my screen. I don't know why it's not showing up for you, Owen. But and thank you guys for 9 likes, by the way. I really appreciate that.
And GFBC Plumbing and Air Conditioners, I had a cadet just like that. It was round. I think Cameron Terrell might have it now. I don't know who ended up getting it in the end, but I had one from 19. I think it was 1988. It was heather gray, and I really love that color. I wish I got the sink with it.
Yeah. Is it just me or do Subway restaurants always keep the toilets and the renovations? I don't really know because I don't go to Subway very often. But what I do know is like 99% of their toilets have mold in the tank.
Yeah, I've been out of all the subways I've been to, and I've been to a lot. Pretty much all of them have mold in the tank, except for one single one, excluding the flushometer toilets I've seen at Subway. But I have noticed that they do tend to keep their toilets.
Yeah. Also, I have something else cool to show y'all as well. Here is the prototype New Cove 360. So it's basically like a modern and vintage toilet like combined. So it's a forward trapper with a whirlpool jet, and this thing actually has a really cool flush, and it's probably one of my favorite toilets that KDMC Plumbing has come up with. He is very good at modeling, and holy crap, 15 likes! Thank you guys so much.
You guys need to come up with a wall-mounted modernist.
That would be actually really cool.
I want to get a petition because I want you guys to make that.
I mean, we definitely could make it. It would be interesting, like, 'cause usually when we make, like, sometimes when we're creating a certain model or like a requested model, we make like several versions of it, and then we usually like sometimes we'll ask people what they prefer most.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I bet that would get most of the votes.
Yeah, I definitely think a wall-mounted modernist would be very cool.
Or you could even make a side trap toilet.
A side trap toilet, that would also be very interesting. Actually, KDMC Plumbing did make a double trapway toilet. It was a forward trap and a reverse trap. And
That's pretty
yes,
neat.
it siphoned through both trapways. Um, a Kohler Cayuga, that would be pretty cool as well.
Buy RGB plumbing and Vortex finders.
Side trap toilets would be extra rare. I don't even know if a side trap toilet is a thing, but I do know they made the Elger Dover urinal, which has a sideways trapway.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if a side trap toilet exists somewhere in England.
I just feel like I would have seen one by now, or at least a picture of one. Oh, welcome KDMC Plumbing.
Oh,
He
hi.
said, I've experimented with some wall hung forward trap toilets. Maybe I'll make a new one and it can go on the mini toilet shop. That would be awesome. What do y'all think?
I think that would be great.
And thank you for tuning in, KDMC Plumbing.
Hi, CEO of Afwall Toilets.
CEO of Afwall Toilets. Hopefully the printers aren't too loud in the background. I'm sure you can hear it though.
Hey, Jesse.
Is a wall hung forward trap toilet even possible? Yes, it is 100% possible. It may not look the prettiest, but it definitely is 100% possible.
It would probably look like one of those early Afwalls with the giant thing in the front.
Welcome back, all Alberta fixtures. Oh. I can't myself. I'm not really sure what that means.
So we aren't really getting a lot of questions right now. So BTR, give me your best Google Maps accent.
Like Indian Google Maps?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to think of like a street name that I've heard it say.
Think about, let's see. Think about El Dorado Boulevard.
I don't even know. Like however you would say it, I guess. I really don't know.
Well, how would I say it?
I don't know. How would you say it?
I'll keep that. I'll leave that to Google Maps.
Okay. Um is that OCC? Yes, this is OCC on the stream with
This
me.
is me. Hi.
But yeah, y'all can keep asking questions. I didn't. It just says BTR Plumbing is live. I didn't change the title, but y'all are more than welcome to ask any appropriate questions. Why does the flush of a plebe is wait, hold on. For some reason it's not. Okay. Uh why does the flush of a plebe is different than a older one? The plebe is copy of Hydra. Well, they're not really copies. I mean, the Hydra is like it's almost like an American standard, like an earlier colony, but it just has like a very circular trapway opening.
You could say it's a copy, though. Once one toilet comes out of a mold, the next one's sort of a copy of it.
Yeah.
But that
What's
would
your
be. But
favorite toilet? The Highline pressure light or Highline on flushometer?
what
Why
if
is
we
that
bring
funny?
what if we bring ketchup into the mix?
Well, I think we all know how it does with ketchup on the front of the bowl,
Yeah,
but I don't think anyone's going to be squirting any ketchup in the front of their pressure lights. So,
I know some people who might, but yeah, good thing those people don't have pressure lights in their houses.
if they don't, I mean, they'd have to have a toilet with really strong bowl rinse in the front, like a Project Source Pro Flush.
Or a Vitromex Marathon on a high tank.
Yeah, but I don't think most like toilets can take flush ketchup from the front of the bowl. I've tested
Like
it
Cadet
actually a few
can.
times.
Oh, high
I mean
standard
like
fan.
newer, like 1.6. I should have been more specific.
Oh yeah.
Best class 5, the Highline class 5.
The newer design, the older ones, and they are not good.
Thank you guys for 17 likes, by the way. Someone said, "Holy cow, it's the legend himself." I'm assuming you're talking about OCC Plumbing and Restorations, and yes, he is a legend.
Thanks to whoever you were talking about.
Someone said their Suromon is their favorite.
It's a Cimarron. That's what he
Yeah,
means.
I know. It's just funny.
You'd like that better than the Briggs at Bagdanon, don't you?
Bagdanon. BTR, you are very on the point. Standard fan too, lol.
We got everyone on here today. I might just stay up a little longer.
Specifically saying that to standard fan, but OCC is also a legend, lol. Carson said, if you theoretically drill out the jets on a toilet, would it flush faster? The flapper would, whatever, if it's a flapper aqua piston, yeah, I'm sure it would close a lot faster because the tank would drain faster.
And Darfield Zone asks, would you rather have a new pressure light or a Glacier Bay Class 5 ripoff? I would say pressure light 100% because as much as I hate those toilets, I would not want it to crack in 3 years. I've seen a Class 5 / Drake knockoff that's cracked, and they usually have their fair share of
Is that the only reason?
mess on them. Yeah, they have even worse bowl rinse than pressure lights if that was possible, and also they crack and they're ugly and they have weak flushes. So I would take a pressure light over that.
I agree. New pressure light by a mile, even though they're mid. I don't know. I mean, some people. I mean, not everyone's gonna have the same exact experience with the toilet. Some people will have great experiences. Some people won't. It just depends on the user and how they manage their business, I guess. I mean, some people think they need to use half a roll of toilet paper, and if it clogs, it's a bad toilet. And if that's what you want to think, that's your opinion, and you're very entitled to that opinion. But I don't know. Personally, I don't think like if a toilet clogs on like 50 feet, I wouldn't even call it a bad toilet because they're not even designed to flush 50 feet.
Same, but there is one toilet I call a bad toilet if it clogged on 50 feet.
What would that be?
A Peerless Madison, because it's a
Yeah.
bad toilet anyway.
Let's see. Would you
And
rather collect an Elger? Well, hold on. Would you rather collect an Elger Sanis or Crane Eco Whirlton? Probably Crane Eco Whirlton. Those are really cool.
And Bryheim Ryan's and the R&R Twin Sisters logo editor says Cadet from the 80s or Western from the 80s. And like I was saying with the Glacier base, that's the same as Westerns. They have their cracking problems and they aren't particularly good from my experience. I did have one and it sucked. So even though Cadets weren't the best from the time, I would definitely choose that over the Western.
And Master Flush says, if you are only able to save only one toilet in your whole collection, which only toilet would that be? For me, it would be 100% my maroon standard Savoy.
I would save my John Douglas Lotus.
I agree with that. Uh, I actually like the Eco Whirlton that flush like a 1.6 outfalls. To be honest, it makes them unique. I agree. I wonder if they made Kohler Ingeniums on Flushometer. No, as far as I know, that was never a thing.
If it was, it would be in Mexico. Because
Yeah,
they have colonies on Flushometer and Cadet 3s on Flushometer and Compact Space Savers on Flushometer. And even like Peerless Madisons or something. No, I think that must have been the US, but there was some, they even have front flushers on Flushometer.
I've seen a lot of those videos. And for some reason, it seems like half of them never have toilet seats on them.
Yeah, that's weird and kind of gross. Like, I don't want to sit on bare porcelain, especially bare porcelain that probably hasn't been cleaned.
Ingeniums have problems with big one. Wait, sorry. For some reason, some of these comments don't load up fully. Uh, Ingeniums have problems with the big test, for example, washcloth or bag. I don't know. I've tested my Wellworth and Highline Ingenium, and both of them were able to take washcloths and grocery bags pretty easily.
I'm wondering if he means at the same time
Oh,
because those I've had them clog real hard on that, but then again, other toilets I test routinely fail on that.
yeah. That's
So,
it's just too much. It's too much for the toilet. It's overwhelming. Oh, dude, Standard Fan is on here.
oh, he commented earlier.
Maroon is such an extravagant color. I just acquired a maroon 1950 elongated crane Drexel this week. I have had several round models that have weaker flush, clearing rags at least. I I love the maroon color as well, especially on it's either 1923 or 26. It's probably 26, but it's my 1926 standard maroon Savoy. That thing is like I have the entire set. I have the bowl. The only thing I don't have is the original seat, but I do have a color matched seat by Bemis. It's like classic colors or whatever. But I have the original bowl, the original tank lid, and even the porcelain cover that goes over the pipes behind the toilet, which is also really cool.
That's awesome, really.
And I got it at the Portland Rebuild Center.
And Alexander Waylon 1987 asks, is a brand new Kohler Highline the same toilet it was 30 years ago, even though it looks the same? They've changed the water consumption regulations since then. So a Kohler Highline from 30 years ago would be 1993, and those used 3.5 gallons. They had concealed siphon jets, and the tanks were larger. And now they use the Class 5 flushing system. They have aqua pistons and 1.28 gallon tanks. Actually, the tanks are the same as the 1.6 gallon tanks, but they've got different parts to accommodate the low water usage.
Yeah,
And Darfield Zone asks, "Do you think a cracked toilet should be replaced?" I personally think so. It
I
depends.
agree.
It depends on. For me, it depends on where the crack is. If the crack is in the bowl, if it's on the rim or on the base, or if it's a wall mount toilet, if it's by the bolts, I think it should be replaced. I know that some toilet seats, when they slam hard, there are those little cracks where the bumpers go, and toilets, from my experience, have worked perfectly fine with those on them. But then you get into the tanks. My friend has a toilet with a crack along the front of the tank, and it's never leaked. So I personally think since nothing is actually being tightened onto the crack and causing it to get bigger, that's not an issue, but it's something you should watch out for.
Yeah. CEO of Apple Toilet said, "Wait, so 1.6 gallons per flush isn't allowed anymore? It is allowed. It's just some states, depending on like if they're in a drought and stuff. Like I think California probably like prefers you use 1.2. I don't really think they sell many 1.6. It really depends on where you live, but it's not like outlawed. Like you can still buy 1.6 toilets today. I missed a few others. Let's see. Uh, Master Flush said, "Would you rather have a 1930s Crane Puritan or a 1930s Crane Sonito?" Probably a Puritan because I have three of them and I really like them. And I've seen actually, I don't know. I may or may not have seen a Sonetto before, but I've seen videos of them. They're both really cool, but probably the Puritan. And Standard Fan said that thing is sick, and he's referring to my Maroon Savoy, and I 100% agree. He said, "I have been trying to find the correct color from Bemis. I'm almost about to get their color chips to match the seat before I buy one. Should be the 373 color code."
I just
Interesting.
looked it up.
So I guess
It's
they have different colors, like codes for the colors. That's interesting.
I looked it up in the crane. The color name for the crane is Persian red.
Persian red.
That's the only one that came up. And it looks just like those red crane toilets. I'd honestly like to find a red toilet someday. I have seen two in person. One was a planter, and one was in an animal shelter of all places. And then I saw one at an open house, and it turned out the camera just had weird lighting, and it was like a raspberry puree pink, and that was still really cool. But I'd like to film a red toilet again.
Yeah. Uh, I honestly think the 1994 to 97 Tribor has to be my favorite generation. The way they swirl just stands out a lot. I agree. Um, the toilet friendly said, "Would you prefer a green 1960s Clore Kingston or a blue 1960s Crane Walton?" Ooh. Mm,
Walton, 100%. I
yeah,
love old crane,
I
but I
like the
wonder.
color. I like the Kingstons, but I don't know. Like some the Crane wall hung toilets are always very interesting, in my opinion. Like, and one of my favorite toilets from Crane is probably the Rapid Way, like wall hung wise. But and believe it or not, the Rapid Way is still a thing today, and you can still buy it, but it's from American Standard, and they redesigned them to have a swirly flush. But other than that, it's still basically a Crane Rapid Way from like the '90s.
I wonder what my favorite crane toilet is. I haven't really thought of it.
Carson said, "See ya, I gotta go. I will send pics of the toilet I'm getting you tomorrow." Awesome. Thank you, Carson. Let's see. I think the Kingston. Yeah. I mean, the Kingstons are pretty cool too. I love the '90s Kingston water guards. Those are really cool.
I like straight down flushes, so that wins the Walton for me. And also, we also just saw a couple of Waltons, and I just really like the design.
Yeah, they were pretty cool. They had nice flushes.
I think those were older than '60s though.
Were they?
And Alexander Whalen, 1987, says nothing but pure love for this conversation, except Glacier
Awesome.
Bays.
Opinion on front flushers. I'm neutral about them. I don't really like care for them that much, but
I think front flushers are a cheap and easy design to produce, which is why nearly every company in existence made them, and most of them don't perform very well. There are some that are so bad that I won't even sell them, and then others that can perform as well as a '70s Cadet. And so most of them lean towards the worse end, but I've found that some like Vorten's Viennas, as long as they're elongated, and those later 2000s Crane Elite, Galaxy Elite front flushers, whatever they're called, those tend to be better. Total Reliances, despite having a tiny looking trapway, everyone says they work. So I'd say it really depends on the toilet, but most of them are not very good.
Yeah. Let's see. What else did I miss? Speaking of rapid ways, I really wish they never redesigned the rapid way. The Toilet Frenzy, 2013 Glacier Bay or Aquasource Henshaw. I would choose a Henshaw.
Henshaw. And Bryheim Ryan says, Peerless toilets I won't even count as small traps because I think that's the water is in the front. In my experience, those Peerless front flushers, I would never install one. I did
wouldn't
once and I regret it because that thing clogs so much. I took it out and beat it to pieces with a baseball bat.
Epic.
I have a video of it too. I think I did it for like 600 subscribers or something.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. That's 1994 toilets for you. And the Toilet Frenzy says 1999 American Standard. I would hit enter too early. If I was choosing a 1999 American Standard, I'd probably have it be a Canadian Cadet.
Yeah, dude, those things have such massive tanks.
Not those, I mean like the 2000s ones.
Oh, the 2000s ones. I thought you were.
Or 1999, like you said. Or one of those that you find in Southeast Asia, like the Comptons that they made up until 2003.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe I'll find one.
Maybe.
That'd be pretty neat.
It would be. 1999 American Standard Colony or 1999 Sterling Wyndham?
Colony.
Yeah, probably the Colony.
I had one from 1999 actually. It had like a bunch of like glazed cracks and stuff. That wasn't too good, but overall I prefer those. It was black too.
Oh, I think I remember that one.
I ended up it had like one crack in the base and I would have given it away, of course, letting people know that it had a crack in it, but then I found all those other cracks in it and just decided to get rid of it. I still
That was
have the
probably
tank
for the
though.
best.
What?
I said that was probably for the best.
Yeah.
What else?
And my colony was from 99 as well.
My older sis had a Colony. It clogs so many times.
Was it elongated? Because I know those don't have good performance, but the round ones do.
It was a bad idea installing it.
My grandma's house actually came with one of those. A
Really?
round one. When she moved in, it came with a round colony and a round plebe.
Let's see. Thank you guys very much for 22 likes as well. That's awesome. Very in only a little over an hour. I really appreciate that.
Well, BTR, I guess I know where we're going next.
Where?
Battle Hall at the University of Texas in Austin. I actually have been to the University of Texas in Austin, but I never went to that building.
Really?
Because he says, Master Flush says he remembers that commodes found 1912 Pompto Sano toilets with original flushometers.
ILVT said a hotel room I was in the other day had an early 2000s American Standard pressure assist Yorkville.
Those
Those are
things are
pretty
so
rare.
defective.
They're pretty rare though. Like I've never seen one in person. I've seen one like on Craigslist before a long time ago, but it was brand new too, but they wanted like $120 for it, so I never ended up getting it.
Well, there was one at that gas station we went to out in the middle of wherever, and
Yeah, but
also
that's
there's
a women's restroom, and I didn't feel comfortable going in there.
reasonable, and then there was another one. It was from the '90s. It had that like giant 501B flush mate in it, and that one it's in like a. For those of you who want to go film it, I'll see if I can remember the name of the place. But it was like some little rundown food mart in like Trinity, Texas. So if any of you want to go film a Yorkville, it's got a giant crack in the base and it flushes strong. So BTR, there's your next destination.
I guess so. The Toilet Frenzy said, um, I was stuck with the 1980 Universal Rental citations this weekend. It was bad.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah,
It was
those.
bad. Okay.
But I had one of those from 1984. It was okay. It was all right. It was about as good as of a performer as some of the 1.6 gallon toilets I've tested. But I
Uh,
imagine since it's got such a good flush, it would probably do better on normal use than those would. But again, I've never used one, so I don't know.
uh, Alexander Whalen, 1987 said, "My house has a saffron yellow 65 bathroom shower stall base, wall mount sink. I have done everything to preserve it. That's awesome." Uh, Favorite open rim? Probably like a Comfort Height Athens. What is the
I'm sure,
most common cause for a toilet replacement that's not a remodel? Probably frequently clogging or just continuously having to repair tank parts.
probably breaking would be my guess.
Yeah, well, some of the glacier bays do that, so
Yeah, they do that on their own. I mean, people break them like they did with that Compton in the gas station.
yeah.
Someone sat on it too hard. And I'm thinking about my favorite open rim. I really don't know, but maybe probably like a crane Atlas. I really don't have one. I don't particularly care for the open rims as much, but I'd have to say the crane Atlas or
Uh,
maybe the Pro Flow. I really don't know.
ILVT underscore plumbing said, I remember OCC answered this question or answered this the Q&A stream. So BTR, what is the saddest toilet replacement you have ever seen? Uh, I've never really seen any toilet replacements that made me sad or disappointed that they got rid of it. So I really can't answer that question.
Like if you've been to a place and they had a good toilet and then you go back and it's been replaced with something lame.
No, yeah, I've never really seen that happen before.
Huh. Well, I consider yourself lucky.
And part of it's because I've never been to some of these places in a long time. Like I've found some places that have really old fixtures, but I who knows if they're still there or not. I'd have to go back and see. But other than that, I've never really been anywhere that had a really awesome toilet that has been replaced that I know of. So
Maybe your Lowe's. That's the most I can think of.
yeah, but
But
just all
nothing
that
there is really
stuff.
notable.
Yeah. Darfield Zone said, I've seen a 1979 Cadet get replaced with the 2017 Glacier Bay.
That's sad. Is that Glacier Bay still there or has it succumbed to its cracking? And I think I know exactly what type it is too. I'm picturing it right now. There was one in an office building that I went to and it had a piece of toilet paper stuck on the back, and no matter how many times you flushed it, it wouldn't go away.
Dang, I've seen that happen before with like the first gen pressure lights.
Yeah, those are known for that. But like the 2017 Glacier Bays, I remember those. I even broke one with a partially deflated basketball.
Really?
Yeah, it was from 2017 too. Like I
It's
threw a basketball at it and half the bowl fell off.
was the bowl already damaged?
Yeah, it was cracked from being a Glacier Bay.
Oh, so okay. I was gonna say if it was if excuse me if it just broke off of you throwing the basketball, I was gonna say that's insane. But if it was cracked, then that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah. Also, Master Flush, that's a huge shame.
Um, 2000s cadet or a 2023 ProFlow Jarrett?
Cadet.
Uh, honestly, yeah, probably the cadet. Yeah, I would choose the cadet.
I've never even seen a 2020s Jarrett before. They're probably the same as they always have been.
Walmart toilets. Walmart toilets are mainstream.
Mainstays. I want one.
Mainstays, yeah. Yeah, that'd be interesting. The only person I know that has actually found one is KDMC Plumbing.
He found a Walmart toilet?
Yeah, he sent me pictures of it.
Where and when?
I can't really I don't. It wasn't very long ago, but I can't really disclose where.
Oh, I mean, like, I was just thinking like a gas station or whatever.
No,
But
like at Walmart, like them selling it at Walmart.
oh, them selling it. Oh, that's. I thought he actually found it like in a gas station or a store or something, but not in. Like I've seen them for sale.
I haven't seen one yet. None of the Walmarts I've been to have had them.
The haunted Walmart has them.
Yeah. Is there any Walmarts near you that you know that have it? So when I come over next time, I can like get pictures of it.
Yeah, then there's one that's like 66 miles away, but
Oh
there
God.
I don't know of anyone near me that has it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not driving 60 miles to see one of those unless there's a bunch of other stuff down there that makes it worth going there for.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff down there.
Yeah.
Plus, you've previously said you'd like to go there again, so I think
Yeah.
we will.
Bro, my sink is crazy. It overflowed a year ago. Interesting. Is the overflow tube clogged, or was it the like septic backing up into your sink? Or I don't really know how. I don't know how a sink would overflow unless it was backing up into the sink, or if the overflow was plugged and the sink was left running.
And Master Flush, as for that toilet, I would say like just link a tutorial video or tell them what they need to do because it's such a simple fix and it could save that toilet. All it
Yeah.
needs is that refill tube put in the overflow pipe and it's fixed. It'll flush well again. There was a store one time and their toilet wasn't flushing right. I said I could look at it and all I did was just stuck the thing in and it flushed perfectly again. And funny enough, it was the same kind of toilet.
Really.
Yeah. Also, Alexander Whalon, 1987, so that says those Walmart items are extra junk now. I assume you were talking about the toilets, and I would honestly say that I won't judge until I get one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get one. Hold me to it. I will get one of those.
That'll be cool when you do get one.
Yeah. And Darfield Zone, I would choose the brand new champion for.
Um, I would probably choose the 2000s champions. Probably just because they have such a like an aggressively powerful flush. They have a massive siphon jet and they're really hard to clog.
They always seem to leave cloudy water when I see them. They don't tend to clear everything very well.
No, yeah, but I'd prefer a toilet that leaves like a little bit of cloudy water or something than a toilet that clogs every time I use it. Because I swear, I really have to try to clog my early 2000s champions.
Yeah, and TFL Plumbing or Mr. Indecisive on Wendy's, or I'm not sure his current name, but he had one and he was able to flush like plastic forks and water bottles down it.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, the fact that a toilet can do that makes me wonder if a kid ever flushed a toy and it ended up going all the way through.
Probably. I mean, it just depends on like what toy.
And Alexander Whalen says, "Save toilets of color, gentlemen. I try to save them when I can, but sometimes they're junk and no one would want them.
Or they're damaged.
And obviously, that's not due to the color."
Let's see. I think I missed some. Hold on.
Master Fletch asks, "What was the oldest toilet you've ever found at Walmart?" I would have to say, I think it's not a toilet, but I found some like mid 90s Elger Correctos maybe, or no, I think those were 2000s. I guess I'd have to go with like a high crest or a 2000s Madeira.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. My first initial thought was a high crest.
Yeah, I don't even know on that one, but nothing at Walmart is very old.
No.
People break everything. The people of Walmart.
Yeah. The
I've also
people.
seen a 2000s Kingston at Walmart. That's not really a common find for Walmart.
A Kingston?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And the aft wall was too disgusting to film, and also I was there with someone, so I didn't want to spend a bunch of time in the bathroom, and it had people in it. So eventually, I'll have to go back up there and film that. But it's a
Yeah,
new aft wall, Kingston, and if I had to guess, probably Barden's.
probably. That wouldn't surprise me. Uh, there was Walmart that had 80s color Bardens, but the toilets were Toto CT708s.
On the bright side, the CT708s are like practically unstoppable unless you have one at a truck stop. Then somehow a trucker can manage to clog one, but I think basically everywhere else they're unstoppable.
When I had mine, it actually performed really well.
Yeah.
Except
It's
the
just
moving company we used broke it, so
Oh, that sucks. It's just so weird. Oh no, he said CT708s. I meant CT705s. That's what I was talking about. I got the numbers mixed up, but I've
uh,
seen those at Walmart too. I wonder when someone will find the CT725.
a few people, or I know two people who have filmed them already, and I own one.
Or I mean the CT728. Man, I am mixing up all the numbers.
What is that?
CT728 is the wall-mounted version of
Oh,
CT725.
oh, interesting. Okay, yeah.
And every pressure light is awesome in performance, but if you use dirt, ketchup, butter, or ash, yeah, they'll show their true colors, and they'll leave all that color in the bowl for you.
ILVT said the apartment I live in, or I lived in when I was a little kid, had 1920 standard ejecto on flushometer, uh, or flushometer. Only have a bad bit of it, and after and it was after we moved out, the apartment was remodeled. It was replaced with the Toto Drake. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Yosef's were. Oh, what's up, Yosef? I haven't heard from you in a long time. He said we have a Mansfield in our bathroom here at home. I have a feeling that it is an Alto because of the newer flush style, probably. And welcome back, all Alberta fixtures. Darfield Zone, but probably because kids were messing with them. I really don't know. I doubt it, but you never know.
Those
Um,
things clog easily anyway.
I really have enjoyed this, guys. Your technical. Thank you very much. Information is astounding, but I am. And then cadets, and then Alexander is logging off. Well, I appreciate you being a part of the stream.
I found a flushometer cadet at the preserve.
The Elder Preserve.
No, that's the preserver.
That is true.
Flushometer cadets are unusually rare for me.
I've only seen like a handful of them, maybe not even that.
Wait,
I've actually found one in a Subway.
the Subway. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, hi, Potty Maker. But
Hello, potty.
I'm thinking I probably better go too because I need to get up early tomorrow.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much for being a part of the stream today, OCC.
You're welcome. But I'll answer one more question.
All right. Let's see. Anybody got any more questions for OCC Plumbing and Restorations before you hops off?
I'll give till 11:35 Central Standard Time.
Very specific.
Well, then I would be there. Then I'd be on here for another hour for some people.
I'm sure that's what
So
they want.
yeah, it would be nice.
Kira Thomas said, "How do you guys tell toilets apart? Like, how can you tell by a glance what the brand model toilet is?" It's the same way as people look at cars. Like, if you look at different models, you can tell like what model it is. And just like toilets, cars have company logos on them as well. So it's just very similar like that. So that's how we can tell it's the same way with cars.
And it takes a lot of practice.
Yeah, it definitely does, especially when you're getting into the different generations of the same toilet and stuff like that.
Like if you look at one from the front with the lid down, and one's a cadet and one's a plebe, notice like the different designs of the bowl, even though they have the same tank.
Yeah.
But anyway, good night, guys.
All right. Thank you again for joining.
You're welcome. Have fun.
I will. Okay, if there is anybody else on the chat that would like to be added, you are more than welcome. Just let me know, and I'll see if I can figure out how to add you. I wonder. Let's see. Add a guest. Okay, so if you have me on Discord and you'd like to be added into the live stream, just shoot me a message and I will send you the link to join. Or what else I could do? I could post the link to my community page, and I guess whoever copies and pastes it first and asks to join first, then you are welcome to join. So just let me know which would be easier for y'all. But if there's any more questions that y'all have, please let me know. I love answering questions for you guys. And thank y'all very much for 23 likes. I appreciate that. Is my stream frozen? No. Okay. Master Flush said, before we moved to Colorado in 2018, my old local animal vet had an original unrenovated restroom with the 1940s or 50s crane Saxonay toilet on a low tank with all original tank parts. That is absolutely awesome. See, hopefully you guys can still hear me. I wonder if it froze because it says guest left. That was OCC Plumbing. Yosef's World said, I have a feeling that the American standard, the Haddids, are so overrated. I'm sorry, but I don't know exactly which model you're talking about. Oh, cadets. I mean, it's almost like the thing with the plebe where everyone said hashtag obey the plebes. Like, cadets are cool toilets, but they are very, very common. Like, I find them everywhere, uninstalled and installed. I have several cadets from different generations in my collection. We moved to a vacation, but it was come back to our house. Thank y'all very much for 23 likes as well. And like I said, the offer's still out there. If there's any of y'all who are wanting to join the stream, just let me know and I'll be happy to add you. But if not, then I'll probably hop off because I am getting pretty tired. So, but y'all really seem to enjoy the streams, especially when I add people like OCC Plumbing and Restorations, and I will continue to do that if that's what y'all would like. I would love to join. Master Flush, do I have you on Discord by chance? Yosef's World, I found a 40s Trilons once. That's awesome. I have a Trilon, and I also have a Trent. I just haven't filmed them yet. Worst open rim? I don't know. There was this one Orion open rim toilet I filmed. It was an elongated comfort height one, and when I flushed it, the water went all the way up to the top of the rim. And I feel like if I were to overfill the tank, it would have overflowed. Worst cadet. I don't really know. I mean, I've seen like almost every generation cadet. I have not seen a first gen cadet. That would be awesome if I were to find one. But I really don't know what the worst cadet is. I mean, I would have to test almost every generation cadet to determine which one's the worst. I just don't want to give a false opinion. I wish that I don't know if y'all can see that message. It just says guest left. I'm not sure if that's showing up for y'all or not, but it is showing up for me, and it's kind of getting in the way. Yosef's World said, "So good to see KFK filming and Standard Fan both." KFK is not a channel anymore. His new channel is Vintage Kohler. I honestly really miss his old YouTube channel. I remember his videos were actually kind of what inspired me to build the flushometer setup that I have today. And if it weren't for KDMC Plumbing and Vintage Kohler, I probably wouldn't have a functional flushometer setup. Like, I'm sure I would have eventually figured it out, but they were the biggest inspiration and they helped me with my setups as well. So thank you very much if any of y'all are watching, or either of y'all. Wow, 24 likes. Thank you guys very much. That's insane. Is there any other questions before I hop off? I've been on here for like an hour and a half and I am getting a little tired. So if there's any more questions, just let me know. But I am going to end the stream at 100 minutes. Master Flush said, I remember him flushing sawdust down his modernist toilet in one of his old videos. I remember that. And I remember another video of him flushing a Kohler Barden. And there was also another video that I completely remember. It was one of my favorite videos of him, and it was flushing apples down a 1.6 Kingston. I thought that video was so cool. I don't know if I'm sure some of y'all were around when Lil Cinnamon was still filming, but he also had a pretty cool flushometer setup, and he had some really awesome fixtures as well. And I remember he flushed a Kingston water guard on a gravity fed tank, and honestly, I kind of want to try that. I think that would be really interesting. What do you call a cadet 3 if it doesn't have a trap? I don't know because there's no cadet 3s that exist that don't have a trapway. Why did he delete his old channel? I would not be the one to answer that question. Oh, thank you very much, Yosef's World, for becoming a member. I very much appreciate that. For those who don't know what a membership is, it's only 99 cents a month, and I will post like early access to some videos, and I will also do like custom review videos or like test videos or just any type of video request that's reasonable. And I also give free shout outs as well in those videos of the person who requested. So thank you very much, Joseph, for becoming a member. And you're if you become a member, you're not stuck as a member. You can always cancel as well. But I am gonna hop off now as it is currently 11:43 p.m. for me, and I got up pretty early. So thank y'all very much for tuning into the stream. I'm glad to see y'all still really like these live streams, and I will definitely continue to do them. Let me read these last two comments before I go. RJB, I'm back. Anything I missed? Nothing really interesting. And Yosef's World said, I found a couple of largemouth universal rundle toilets at our senior center where I moved to. That's awesome. I've always liked those universal rundle toilets with their like overly sized trapways. But yeah, thank you again for everyone who has watched the stream, and thank you very much, Yosef, for becoming a channel member. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see y'all in the next video. Later.